Hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm here to give you my thoughts going into the game between Luton and Middlesbrough. Luton, we managed to pick up a win midweek against Cardiff. The players, the fans, everyone would have some confidence going into this game against Middlesbrough after doing something which we haven't been able to do often this season, and that is win away from home. But Middlesbrough, they want to finish in those playoff positions by the end of the season. And right now, they are not in those playoff positions. They've managed to pick up 3 wins in their last 4 games. Before that, they were on a very bad run of form. At the moment, in defence, they've got a few injuries. So can Luton take full advantage of that? Before I go into detail, please smash the like button on today's video. Drop a comment as well on your thoughts going into this game, and also let me know your score predictions down below. In this video, I need to answer 2 questions. The first question is, will Cal Naismith walk straight back into the starting 11? And the second question would be, who's going to start up top, as Morris is in doubt for this game after picking up a groin injury. So by the end of the video, I want to answer those 2 particular questions. But before I do, let's talk about the last game for Luton, which was against Cardiff. 2-1 away from home. As I've already mentioned, the confidence amongst the dressing room must be high. Being able to do something which we haven't been able to do much of, which is win away from home. I bet the players are absolutely delighted. Clark, I thought, was outstanding. The goal as well was brilliant. I thought the subs, when they came onto the pitch, had a massive impact. I thought McGuinness and Makosso also did great. The midfield, I thought, won us the game. So there's got to be some confidence going into this game against Middlesbrough this Saturday, and hopefully Luton can go on a decent run of form, because out of every side in the Championship, I feel like we are the only team not to go on a decent run of form. We've got 9 cup finals remaining. If you go through those 9 cup finals not losing a game, I would like to think you stay up this season in the Championship. We don't know what other teams are going to do, but we don't have to worry about other teams if we just win our games. And I would like to take full advantage this Saturday against Middlesbrough, because as I've already mentioned, they've got quite a lot of injuries in defence, and that's where we can be really aggressive and take full advantage. When we played against Portsmouth, they also had a lot of injuries in defence as well, but they had a really strong attack which kept us on the back foot a little bit. So we might see a very similar game from when we played against Portsmouth to this game this Saturday. But we must take advantage of Middlesbrough not having a fully strengthened back four. Now, the last time we played against Middlesbrough, we lost 5-1, and the game was pretty much awful from the moment we conceded the first goal. In fact, I actually thought we were doing okay until we conceded the first goal, and then we folded like we have done away from home. It was not a good enough performance. It definitely was one of the worst performances of the season, and Middlesbrough just took full advantage of our low confidence and our lack of ability to fight back in the game. And we all thought at the end of the game that Rob Edwards would be leaving the club, because he looked like he was waving goodbye, and then you look at the interview he did after the game, it looked like he was leaving. But he ended up staying on for another 2 more months, and I do think, looking back on it now, that was definitely a big mistake to not sack him then. But anyway, we're here now. We've got Matt Bloomfield in charge, and hopefully he could get back-to-back wins, because he hasn't got back-to-back wins yet as Luton Town manager. So, would I start Cal Naismith for this game? He's now back after serving his 1-game suspension, and yes, I would put him back into the starting 11. Now, do I drop McGuinness or do I drop Makosso? I actually don't drop either of those 2 players. The one player that I would actually drop is Amari Bell. Cal Naismith can play as a left-sided centre-back. McGuinness can play in the middle of the back 3, and Makosso can play as the right-sided centre-back. I feel like Amari Bell, his performances, they haven't been great since Matt Bloomfield has been in charge of Luton. We've seen 1 or 2 good performances, no more than that in fact. And I want to see a back 3 of Cal Naismith, McGuinness and also Makosso. I feel like Cal Naismith will be able to guide McGuinness and Makosso, and also Cal Naismith could also do what Amari Bell does, which is progress with the ball and is also a very good passer of the ball, just in that left-sided centre-back role. I think it would be really harsh on Matt Bloomfield if he was to drop Makosso, and I feel like that most likely will happen, but I don't think McGuinness is a right-sided centre-back. When I've watched him play, he's much better suited in a back four, just in the middle of the defence, or as the centre-back out of the back three. So I don't want to see McGuinness as a right-sided centre-back, but can I see McGuinness being dropped? No. So I think out of the three, it might be Makosso that gets dropped, but I would rather Amari Bell get dropped, in my opinion. So that's me answering the defensive question. The attacking question: what would be my starting two strikers? Now, Elijah Adebayo's performance against Cardiff, I don't think was good enough, and I haven't seen good performances from Elijah pretty much all season. Morris has picked up a knock, and there's no point in playing Morris if he's got a knock, because we're going into the international break. We're going to have 2 more weeks for him to recover, so we don't need to rush him. We've got 3 attacking players that are desperate to start, desperate to prove themselves: Ali, Brown, and also Nordas. Why can't we start those 3 players up top in the 2 striking positions? Me personally, I would play Nordas and also Brown as the 2 starting strikers. I would like to play Ali, but because Ali, for me, he's more suited to being a left attacker, and I don't think we are going to change the formation. Could Ali play up top? Of course he could. But because we've seen Nordas and Brown actually combine well in the Plymouth game, you think that's how the goal happened. Nordas ended up setting up Brown for that goal. I feel like it might be worth going with that as the striker partnership. That's what I would like to do. Nordas must be up to game speed by now after, of course, coming from Norway, where he was in pre-season mode over there. So he must be up to speed. We haven't seen him over the last couple of games. But Brown, having a couple of good sub-appearances, having an impact, and also Ali as well. There's definitely question marks for Matt Bloomfield to answer, but I don't think Adebayo or Morris should be starting against Middlesbrough, in my opinion. Now, Michael Carrick, his style of football, they do create opportunities, and they are dangerous going forward. They've got so many great attacking players. Good news for Luton, Ben Doak is not available for this game, but you've got Morgan Whittaker, you've got Iheanacho, you've got Finn Azaz, who's got over 20 goal contributions this season. They've got plenty of attacking quality, and they can cause us all sorts of problems going forward. And I do expect them to cause us problems going forward. But we really need to target the defence, in my opinion. They're not the best team in the air, so I can definitely see Luton implementing a more physical style of football against Boro. And I also want Luton as well, slightly off track, but if we do go 1-0 down, don't panic, because Middlesbrough, they are a side that do make mistakes. They will give us opportunities, in my opinion. They are not a great side at protecting the lead. They've proven that all season. The amount of points they've dropped from winning positions is nuts, and if they didn't drop as many points, they definitely would be a lot higher up in the Championship. So, my starting 11, I would make 3 changes to the side. Cal Naismith to come back in. I would play Nordas, and I also would play Brown alongside Nordas. If Brown is not performing, or Nordas isn't performing on the game, at least then you've got Adebayo, Ali to come off the bench and cause problems. We also can change the formation if we need to, as we did against Cardiff, to really push on and get the 3 points. But this is a really good opportunity. If we can go into international break and get back-to-back wins, and then get a couple of players returning back from their injuries, we go into the game against Hull, which is a must get something from, with real confidence. And then after that, we've got Leeds at home. So look, big games coming up, but this is a fantastic opportunity. We need to carry on piling on the pressure. Wednesday night, results didn't really go our way. But like I said at the start, if we focus on our games and win our games, we don't have to worry about any other side. So fingers crossed, Luton, this weekend, we take advantage and hopefully get the 3 points. But yeah, those are my thoughts really going into this game. Fingers crossed Luton can, of course, get the 3 points. My score prediction, despite me wanting to take advantage, I am going with a draw. I think it's just important right now for Luton just not to lose games. Just go on a run where we're not losing games of football. So I've gone with a 1-1 draw. Middlesbrough themselves, before the last 4 games, they were on a shocking run of form. And they've managed to get back-to-back wins. They lost and then they won again. So I feel like a draw might happen. Middlesbrough away are quite decent as well. Their away form is better than their home form, looking at the home and away form table. So, look, their style of play, I think it's more suited away from home. So, we're in for a test. And fingers crossed we can overcome it and walk away with the 3 points. But those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like on today's video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I'll see you guys in my match reaction after the game tomorrow.